Welcome back to the shooting channel and welcome back to another review, and this is a really rare semi-auto with a difference. This is in actual fact an FN 12 bore 12-et. Now I've only ever seen two of these in my life. One of them I have put on this channel, which is my father's, and this particular one was a viewer that reached out to me and said, I've got this gun, I know your father's got one, I thought it was really rare. And these are really rare guns, but there was a gun that Browning brought out in the 1950s, and they brought out in the same year as kind of the A5 Brownings came out, and they brought them out as a bit of a concept gun. This particular gun has got three sets of barrels. It's got an aluminium barrel, because this gun was only £6. It was designed to be lightweight, but the aluminium barrels never quite worked. It also had two ordinary barrels. The 12-et was actually the aluminium one, which had no rib on it, and then the normal steel ones had the rib on it. But these particular Brownings, they were labelled under the FN name, not the Browning name. They were two shots. They did them in lots of different colours: pink, blue, grey, black, silver, to try and be a bit different. There was 65,000 of these built, but most of these guns got recalled back to Browning because they didn't quite work. And there was a few that slipped out. A lot of them, the ones that didn't get destroyed, they went to the Browning employees, and then obviously they got out from there on. So I don't know how many's left. I know there was 65,000 made, but 90% of them were destroyed. So there could be only 5, 10 left in the country. A lot of them went to America. So the fact that I've only ever seen two of these guns, this is only the second one I've seen, and you will find out why they didn't quite catch on. And it's a bit like, so I'm going to be honest, Browning have done things over the period of time that just was trying to redevelop, and Beretta did it as well. They tried to redevelop the gun and try to do something different, and I think it's really great that these manufacturers are trying to manufacture something that's a little bit different. They're always trying different things. And here is the gun. So again, it's got a speed load on it, so you load it quickly like that, and it's only got two, so one goes in, then another one. So that was the idea. It was lightweight, easy, quick and safe to load as a single barrel semi-auto, but only two shots. So that is kind of how it worked. Now let's shoot it and let's see why it didn't work. So here it is, and this was the silver one. Again, they were built really well. They had the Prince of Wales stock on it. They had the recoil pad on there. It says FN on the bottom of the action. This particular one is 28 inch. Again, the safety catch was down here. So it was just designed very differently to what the other semi-autos were designed. This specific gun, again, it could be the viewer that lent it to me. This particular gun could be for sale. So if any of you collectors of Brownings out there, if you are interested in this, comment below. There is potential that this could be up for grabs. This is a collector's piece. And there are people, you Browning fans out there, this is something that should be kept in the collector's items. Again, there is another one at Oxford Gun Company which does belong to my father, which is not for sale, but this particular one could be up for grabs if anyone's keen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and load it, and this was the bit that never quite caught on. So that goes in there. And that goes into there like that. And then in theory, just do B, I should be able to shoot it. Pull. Right, so we try that again. That goes in like that. That is like that. And then you go to the other side. That is like that. Pull. Pull. I say, the biggest thing I would say is when, I think it's probably because it's so light, when you actually shoot it, it shakes you. I can't quite tell you what it's like, but it's a really, really weird feeling. Again, the idea of it, I think, is absolutely really good, because you can literally put one in there, do that, then put one in there. Pull. Pull. So again, you can actually load it from both sides. So you can do that. And then you put it in there and you do that. So you can load it from both sides. Pull. Pull. Again, it really worked. So what people were thinking in them days, I think it was more, if I just grab the aluminium, I think it was, and I'm not going to shoot this because I don't want to ruin the aluminium barrels, but I think it's more, it's that the fact that that is so lightweight, I think that's what didn't work. Is I think the way that they tried to make them barrels too light. But it is a cracking idea. I mean, the idea of it, fair play to Browning for coming up. And in those days, 50, 60 years ago, coming up with something like that, I'll tell you what, this is a gun that somebody has to have in their collection, because you'll never find another one. I'm 40 years old, and I've seen two. This is only the second 12-aught that I've seen in my life. So I don't know how many actually got through the system, but there ain't many. Pull. Pull. Do A then B. Pull. Pull. It actually shoots remarkably well. I would say that is probably one of the best old semi-autos I've ever shot. And the fact doing that, and different, and shooting a bit of history, what a gun. Okay, the stock was a little bit low in the comb for me, but who cares? You can hit stuff with it. It is it is a really good, rare piece of kit. And I am fortunate, I am privileged to be able to shoot this gun. It is something that not many people are going to get to shoot. And I bet you American viewers, how many of these 12-aughts are still left in America? Did they get to America? Were they in America? Comment below. Does anyone know any information about the 12-aught? I'd love to hear your comments, or email us at contactus@theshootingchannel.co.uk. This will probably be one, I will probably do another review, and I might even take this and shoot around the clays with the 12-aught. Comment below, would you like to see me shoot around the clays with the 12-aught? I hope you've enjoyed this programme. Please comment below on anything. If you've got any information, if you want to know any information about this gun, please comment below or email the channel at contactus@theshootingchannel.co.uk. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us to give you content like this. And thank you for watching, and thank you for giving me the privilege of being able to shoot one of the rarest FN Brownings in the world.